but still depending on the other progressive farmers. Each farmer is using multiple sources of information, so the percentage is more than 100% over here. But 92% of the farmers still trust and depend on a progressive farmer or a neighborhood farmer in their village for the information. And that's where they think that if in a particular region, if in a particular village, if our mobile information delivery system is able to get connected to that progressive farmer or a group of farmers who are the leaders or the champions in that community, then probably we are able to get connected to many other farmers. Input dealers, they know that the input dealers do not often suggest them or give them the right inputs or the right suggestion, but they do not have a second option. And still they find television as the most popular source through the various regional programs that are happening for the basic agronomic information as well as the price information. Mobile phones is picking up. Earlier, the NSS survey of 2004 didn't have mobile phone in their survey. In 2007, we did a small survey where mobile phones were only 5%, but now it is around 36% of the farmers are accessing mobile phones for in any possible way for information. But the larger issue and the constraint remains that the availability of the localized content, the availability of the right content at the right time, and the management of this content to facilitate the need of the farmer is the prime constraint or the prime challenge in front of various organizations who are delivering this information. The socio-economic characteristics, everybody still have to, decisions have to be made between voice messages and SMS message based on the literacy level of a particular village or a particular district. The land size, we cannot recommend small farmer with very small marketable surplus and give them price information, because their marketable surplus will not give them anything, no benefit will come to them if we just give them price information. There the target is to reduce their cost of production, and therefore these farmers have to be targeted for better quality of inputs, better utilization of inputs. We all know that farmers use more of fertilizer than recommended. If we can help them to understand that what exact dosage of fertilizers or pesticides can be used, then probably there we can make a contribution to reduce their cost of production. A younger age population might be ready to look into innovations, but if you're dealing with farmers who are old and want to continue practicing their traditional and subsistence agriculture, then we really need to see how can we make them benefit from that. Lot of our mobile gains, the initial mobile gains come from the commodities or the crops which are perishable, which are high value commodities, because it's through the prices that the impact comes in. But the farmers, the maximum farmers who really need help are the farmers who are doing subsistence agriculture and who are into cereal based farming system. So how do we make the benefits there is again through better agronomic practices. If we can tell them about what are the possible pesticides that might come to attack, and that comes through a lot of collaborations that come through the agronomic modeling, which can take account of moisture and rainfall content and the soil conditions and give you predictions about a particular pest attack. But that again needs coordinations between different organizations to develop that kind of content to be delivered to the information. From the government side, a lot of emphasis has to come in on how the credits can be supplied, how the infrastructure in terms of the storage. Even if we improve their productivity and they have better production, if they do not have access to storage and warehouses, then that production is actually a waste for them. The market price crash, so what right price policy and initiatives are there, those things have to be considered from the government side. And in all the context, the sustainability of the model, even if we have all other things taken care, but if we do not have sharing of the cost of delivering this information and utilizing this information, then these models will not be sustainable. They should not, I do not as an economist think of a view that any service which is free can bring any gain to anyone, because if an information is delivered free to a farmer, the farmer doesn't value that information. If he vis-a-vis an information, if he's paying a price for that information, and he'll pay a price for that information only if he finds it useful. And that usability and usefulness of the information will be able to be judged in time when he's able to utilize that information, use it, and he's able to see that there's a benefit coming out of that information. So it's a stage-wise kind of a process where we can see how information is delivered to him free of cost, make him a partner into utilizing that information, create a willingness to pay for that model, upscale those models from the regional initiatives, scale different kind of scattered initiatives that we have, and bring that together. And as researchers, we are still trying to find, are the farmers actually using these information? If they are using, then how are they using? What has helped them to really, what kind of impact has it helped? We are in the process of trying to do a rigorous impact analysis where we observe a group of farmers through experimental trials to see how actually it has reduced their cost of production or increased their yields or increased or changed, brought about a socio-economic change in their behavior. And that is a process. Probably 2 to 3 years down the line we will have answers to these questions, but these are continuous information processes which are into process, which we are observing through anecdotal evidences. But to formulate policies to take it to a wider scale where not only private sector initiatives are there as a push factor, but the government also absorbs it, the farmers start utilizing these informations. These numbers are important for those aspects, and unfortunately we do not have the answers for these questions now, but they will be available through our rigorous studies, which many of the organizations in CGI are planning to do it together.